It's winter in 1703. In the previous video you saw me fighting the French. You've just seen me capturing one of their ships and taking prize money on the rest of them. There's the French fleet in the English Channel, sinking. Didn't actually sink, I sold it for prize money. Took one of his ships. If you remember, I lost one of my own, a small one, gained a better one of his. Got loads of prize money. I'm now going to use that prize money to replenish my ships. What I do is just put those into port. Those ships in there in the English Channel might look a bit vulnerable now, but bearing in mind the British knocked out a big fleet of the French not too long ago, and I've just knocked another one out there. They should be fairly safe, and not only that, they're backed up by the fleet that's there in the port, so they should be okay. Alright, these are the chaps that I used to kick him out of the port, so that I could get hold of his fleet. I'm trying to get him back into my fort, but he hasn't got enough room to get there. That's not too much of a problem. If somebody attacks him while he's vulnerable out there, I can either support him from the fort, or I can just retire him, withdraw him. These are the horse, if you remember, that got left out on their own after beating the troops from Alsace Lorraine. Those are the troops. They've all got crosses on them, and we're trying to improve them all. Well, there's a couple that I couldn't afford to before, if you remember. Now I've got the prize money from the ships, I can get those other units up to full strength as well. Just a quick look round the campaign map there, just to see how many troops he's got in Alsace Lorraine, how many he's got in Paris, and various parts of France that I can see. He's now got to repair his port, of course. I'm going to have a look, see if I can kick out any of my ministers that are no good. Always go with a quick check of them, just in case they're going downhill. Check the technology tree. You know, we've got canister now, of course, and we've got the quick firing, well, the quicker firing of the flintlock cannons. Again there, just checking on the, well, that was the trade. Before that it was just checking on all the ministers collectively. Okay, all the navy being repaired. And this is one of the main reasons why I put those videos on here, so people can see the advantage of the sea battles. Look at what it's given to my economy there. It's given me an extra ship, or rather it's given me a better ship than I had before, and it's given me money to restock my army. Restock. Okay, just having a look over here in the Americas now. If you remember, there was a Spanish ship I thought might be a galleon that I was chasing in here. Quick look over at Ceylon again. That fleet is just sitting there doing nothing but costing me money, but they are defending the island. It's not something I want to lose, that island. France are quite weak, but there are other nations. Well, I say quite weak. Seem too weak now to be attacking me there, but anyway, winter 1703 is over. We're going to be starting summer 1704. Normally I just show Britain and France when I'm doing this. When I'm doing the turn end, it goes through all the flags. This time I'm going to let it go through all of them. I'll explain why in a moment. There you go, that's that solitary unit he's found on its own. I could back it up with my reinforcements there in the fortress. I'm deciding no, I'm just going to withdraw it. I don't want to fight out in the open. I haven't got any cavalry to chase me off the field anyway, so all I'm going to do is suffer casualties, which I can not really afford to suffer. Okay, that infantry go back into Flanders. And out come the troops in Alsace Lorraine. Yeah. What do? They come out because they want to damage that territory there. I can intercept them. and I'm not even going to show you that battle because it's just murder. He's got no chance. All he wanted to do really was damage my economy with that, and he's prepared to give his troops away to do that. Okay, here we go through Austria. This is why I'm saying I'm going to go through all the nations. Because I'm not fighting a battle. I did fight that battle, by the way. It's what, over 15-20 minutes, I can't remember now, chasing out around buildings, 4 or 5 units of troops. You've seen it before. It didn't seem to me to be a battle that was worth showing. I got provincial cavalry, I could chase him off the field, so didn't seem a lot of point really. I've got a lot of fleets tied up, by the way, merchant fleets and ships with my merchant fleets, defending them for good reason. They are exposed. If I were to leave them there just as merchant ships on their own, they would get attacked. If I were to separate them out in different theatres, Ivory Coast, etc., they would get attacked. You might think Ivory's worth more, so I could move them to the Ivory Coast. The trouble is, it's 2 turns, and 2 turns of earning nothing. So it's one of those things. This gives you an idea of what I'm facing in India, what they're doing. This is all north of me in Ceylon, of course. Like I say, I've left these on for a change. I don't normally go through all of these. It gives those who are unfamiliar with the game an idea of how it works. At the end of each turn, it goes through every single one of the flags at the top there and shows what each of those nations are doing. You can opt to have this turned off, by the way, and it will just simply whack through all of the flags at the top and not show you what they're doing. I normally have it so it whacks through all the flags and doesn't show me what they're doing. Okay, no pirates at the end of it now, of course, just the Barbary pirates. They're still there. Okay, end of turn report. Nothing of any really great note there, no new technology. These are mainly trade routes that have been raided. Those are the results of my elections. It's all just basic information like that. There are recruitments, the ship and the 2 infantry units that I recruited there. They're the buildings that I've repaired or whatever. Now, in the construction report was that this fortress here has been increased in size, which is really odd. I didn't ask for it to be done, it didn't cost me anything. Very strange thing, and it's now too big really for me to defend. It's a massive fortress that now. I certainly didn't need anything that big. I've got 2 infantry units in it. I really need 8 in something that size. I can't even get away with 4. That's just an horrendous size. It's not like Prince Rupert when he was asked to defend Bristol, he just gave it up. Just didn't have the number of men inside it. It was the second capital in the country at the time. Well, I say the second city to the capital. It was just vast. He'd already assaulted it, by the way, earlier on and taken it, so he knew its weaknesses. But it's very, very difficult for me now. And it's a clever move on behalf of the AI. That I don't know how on earth they've managed to build a fort, to double the size of a fort while I'm in it. It's very strange. It could cause me some problems, that as well, I'm afraid. Moan, groan. There we go, end of turn, of course. So the fleet is now replenished. It only takes 1 turn when it's in a port, a fleet. Now, what I'm doing is I'm putting this fleet in a different place. I'm putting it further down the channel. If you could look closely, you'd see that there are 2 trade routes. There's one coming in from the north, or rather the northeast, and there's another one coming in there from the west. I'm going to block both now. So I've got, well, I'm not saying blocking rather, I'm just going to raid what comes in on both of those trade routes now.